Oh God. I'll never forget this one time when I played Freedom Planet. Here goes nothing. This all started when I got the game on PC. I played it, so it all started when I got to the main menu. I started to play the story, but something weird was going on. When I was about to play the story, I got to the character select. There was Lilac, Carol, Mila, but for some odd reason, Lilac, she's not unlocked. Mila was also unlocked either, cause you have to be the level to unlock Mila. So the only character I could play as was Carol, so I choose Carol. We got to the beginning cutscene when Lord Brevon's big giant ship lands to some random area that I don't know what it is. And then I got to a cutscene when Torque's ship was getting attacked by some enemies. Normally the cutscene would show Lilac and Carol seeing Torque fall down to some area, but this time I didn't see Lilac. It was just Carol, just chilling there until she saw Torque's ship crashing down. She decided to take a look. Then I got to the first level, Dragon Valley. Everything was normal until I got to the cutscene. When I beat the first level, Dragon Valley, it showed a cutscene which is basically normal as well, but Lilac wasn't in it though. And also the cutscene was, in the beginning it was normal and it started different. When I got to the part where Serpentine started to attack Torque, Lilac didn't appear, and instead Carol appeared. She was wondering what's going on. Luckily Carol saved Torque from Serpentine, but I was still wondering, where the hell is Lilac? Then I got to the second level. The second level was also pretty much fine. I get to fight the Mantis boss. But after that, I beat the level. And then, instead of just a cutscene where you meet Mila, it takes me to a different cutscene instead. It takes me to a cutscene where Neela Lee meets the Magister. And Magister was not looking fine at all. He had a very scared look on his face. Neela Lee asked him something. He said, "What's wrong?" Magister told Neela this. He said, "We are all going to burn in hell," with a very demonic voice. I was shocked to hear Magister say something like that with a very creepy voice like that. For a second I told myself, what the hell is wrong with Magister? And then it cut to the third level of the game. So immediately after that cutscene, I started playing the third level, where you get to the end when you meet Mayor Zhao. Yes, the third level. I beat the third level. The level was normal as well. But when I got to Serpentine's Robot Panther boss, Lilac wasn't there still. It was just Carol, Mila, and Torque fighting against Serpentine. Anyway, I beat Serpentine's robot. And then I got to the cutscene where I met Mayor Zhao. The same issue was there too. Instead of Mayor Zhao acting like himself, he also had a very scared look on his face. The characters like Carol, Mila, and Torque bowed. Mayor Zhao told them to rise. They stand up. They asked him why he had a scared look on his face. Mayor Zhao was very silent. But then something creepy else happens. Then we get to a different cutscene. A very different cutscene. One of the temples is all on fire. And then I saw General Gon dead, with hyper-realistic blood all over the place. And then I saw Carol heading to the place. And then I saw Lilac. Lilac was holding a knife with hyper-realistic blood on it. She also had blood all over her clothing as well, especially on her face. She turned around back at Carol, started smiling at her creepily. Then she started laughing like an insane person. Carol told her, "Lilac, snap out of it!" Then Lilac went silent for a moment. Then, after a couple of seconds, Lilac says this: "You and every people on this planet will die," with a very deep demonic voice. Then Lilac pulls out a knife and then stabs Carol 20 times. I'm not joking. 20 times. But then Carol died. Then I got to another level. But it's not the 4th level. It's the level where, I forgot what the level was called, but it was the level where you fight Syntax for the first time. That's the level I'm talking about. It didn't let me play the level where you fight Prince Dale the first time. It lets me play a different level instead. Anyways, the level was called Terminal Base. This time I played as Mila. And then the level was normal as well. But then when I got to the end, it showed a cutscene. It showed a cutscene where Serpentine was looking at Torque's dead body with hyper-realistic blood. Serpentine also had a really scared look on his face as well. He didn't look angry. He looked very scared and afraid. Mila was wondering what's up with him. Mila went close to Serpentine. Mila told Serpentine this. She said, "What's wrong?" Serpentine says, "Run," with a very scared look on his voice. And then Mila asked him, "What do you mean, run?" Then Serpentine pulls out a knife and says, "You need to run now." For a second I thought he was going to kill Mila, but instead Serpentine pointed a knife on his neck and slit himself. I was shocked to see this. I was wondering, since when does Serpentine decide to act like this? Normally Serpentine would act like a crazy psychopath. And then Mila ran away and escaped the terminal base. And then, out of nowhere, it didn't let me play some other levels. It immediately let me cut to the final level, the final Dreadnought, Part 4. The level itself was also normal as well. And then, when I got to the part where you fight Brevin, the final boss, but this time, there wasn't Brevin. It was empty. Mila was just sitting around there, just chilling. And then, out of nowhere, Lilac appeared, giving Mila a very creepy look. Mila says this to Lilac. "What, Lilac?" Then Lilac pulls out Carol's head. Mila started crying, and the cries sounded really realistic and sounded too real. But then Lilac grabs Mila by the neck, pulls out a knife, and stabs her to death. And then after that, it went to a black screen, and out of nowhere, Lilac appeared. She was looking at the screen too, but I realized she wasn't looking at the TV screen like normally. She was looking at me. And then she asked me this: "Mike, are you ready to die?" I screamed out, "What have you done, Lilac?" Lilac starts smiling and laughs like a crazy insane person. And then she told me this: "What have I done? Look what you done. You controlled them and they have died because you controlled them." And then I noticed that she was communicating with me. Then I told her this: What are you talking about, Lilac? Then Lilac says this. Let me give you an example. And then I didn't understand what Lilac meant by that. And out of nowhere, the screen went black again. It showed a picture of Mila, Carol, and either some other characters dead with hyper-realistic blood. And then Lilac appeared again, looking at me. And then she says this. This is your fault. I was so shocked that Lilac would do this. I was crying. But then Lilac says this. Oh, you're gonna cry? Heh. Foolish you. This is your fault that they're dead. And then he started laughing even more insanely than ever. I told her, why would you do this? You were a friendly dragon and you turned yourself into a psychopath. Lilac says this. A psychopath? Silly me. And then the screen went black again. And then, out of nowhere, the game crashed. I went back, it sent me back to the normal computer screen. I was relieved that all of this was finally over. But then, I heard a knock on my door. I went to the door. I opened it. There was a mailbox just chilling there. It had hyper-realistic blood on it though. I picked up the box and opened it. And then it was just a piece of paper with a bit of blood on it. I read it. And then the paper says, "See you soon." And that's how I was next.